monitoring and evaluation tools in the IMAM program, plus multi-chart and stabilization care registers completion. In this video, we shall discuss an important aspect of any program, monitoring and evaluation. Each component of the IMAM program has a set of tools that are used to collect, manage, and utilize key information which can be used to assess program performance and coverage. These tools play an important role in ensuring the quality of service that is provided to every patient being treated for acute malnutrition. Here we are going to focus on the tools used in stabilization care or SC, namely the multi-chart and a register. Let's explore the multi-chart. This is the tool used to record point of contact patient management in the ward. It consists of 9 sections which should be completed. These sections are as follows: 1. Patient information. 2. Admission information. 3. Anthropometry section. 4. The weight chart. 5. Feeds chart. 6. Surveillance chart. 7. Section on lab test results. 8. The section on the discharge plan. And number 9. The discharge information. We shall take a look at each section in detail, specifically the section to record patient information. This section is completed when the child is being admitted to the stabilization center. This section contains critical identifying information such as the name of the facility, the patient, and address. You will start by circling the form number. This indicates the number of forms that have been used for the admission instance. If it is the first form for that patient, we circle 1. If treatment extends into a second form, then that form is circled as 2 and so on. Then the SC name to indicate the name of the stabilization care facility and a registration number, which is usually the patient's hospital number. We will begin to fill in patient-specific information such as the patient name, their age, date of birth, address, and information on their caregiver. This allows for their follow-up after discharge. On the same plane, we have the section for admission information, where the date of admission and the type of admission must be indicated. We also have the section on discharge information, where the date of discharge and the type of discharge are indicated. This is filled at the end of stabilization care treatment. When we have completed the personal and admission information sections, we move on to fill in sections related to the management of the patient. Here we have the section for tracking anthropometric data. This is done numerically and graphically to represent the changes in the patient. In this section, we start by noting the date the anthropometric measurement was taken, and then we record the corresponding readings: the weight, height or length, the weight for height Z-score, the MUAC, and the grade of edema. This formation is correlated with the medical information to ascertain if the patient is responding well to treatment and if any adjustments need to be made. Below the anthropometric section, we have the weight chart, where we are able to plot a graph using consecutive weights showing the changes in weight over time. On the second page of the multi-chart is the feeding and surveillance information. This section of feeding information is where we record the feeding amounts, patterns, and tolerance. This section also guides us in terms of feed progression. We can check how long the patient has been receiving a particular feed and whether we need to change the prescription. The section on surveillance information is where we record vital medical observations. This is to ensure we provide timely treatment as rapid changes can occur to our patients. The registration book is used to collect data on each patient admitted into the IMAM program. Summarizing data from the registers can allow us to assess program performance at that site. In the registration book, we input the following information: registration number. This refers to the hospital health facility number given to a patient. Patient's name, where you record the patient's name in full according to the mother or the child's health card or birth certificate or national identity card. Sex, indicate the child's sex as male, M, or F for female. Date of birth, this is recorded as stated by the mother or as seen on the child health card or birth certificate or national identity card using the format day, month, year. Age, record the patient's age in months if the child is under 5 years, otherwise record it in completed years using the date of birth. Address and phone number or village name. This is extremely important for adequate follow-up. Admission date. Record the date the patient was admitted to either inpatient or outpatient care at your facility. Type of admission. Indicate whether the patient is a new admission or has been transferred in from another outpatient or inpatient facility or has relapsed or returned for additional treatment. Weight. Using an accurate scale, record the weight on admission in kilograms. Height or length. Using an appropriate instrument, measure and record the length or height of a child under 5 years and the height in meters for adults. The weight for height or length Z-score or BMI for age Z-score for BMI. Use lookup charts to score and record. Edema. Check for bilateral pitting edema and record the grade. MUAC. Measure the mid-upper arm circumference and record value in millimeters. HIV tests done. Record if HIV tests have been done and whether they have been done in this particular facility or in another. HIV test result. Record the result code. ART initiated. Record yes or no. Minimum weight. This is the minimum weight ever reached during his stay in the program and can be found in the multi-chart. It is not necessarily the same as the admission weight, especially for children with edema. Always verify before recording. Date of minimum weight. This is the date the minimum weight was recorded. If the minimum weight was the admission weight, then the date of minimum weight is the date of admission. Date of discharge. Record the day the patient is discharged. For inpatient care, it will be the day the child was discharged to outpatient care. For outpatient care, it will be the day the child was discharged home or into a supplementary feeding program. Discharge weight. Using an accurate scale, please record the child's weight upon discharge in kilograms. Number of days from minimum weight to discharge. Record the number of days between the patient's lowest weight and their discharge. Outcome. Indicate whether the child was cured, defaulted, or died as defined by the type of exit or discharge from the stabilization care program. Rate of weight gain. This is calculated using the formula shown here. Rate of weight gain is equal to the discharge weight in grams minus the minimum weight in grams over the minimum weight in kilograms by the number of days between the minimum weight and discharge. Note that the rate of weight gain should be calculated for all patients. Length of stay, LOS. Record the number of days between admission and discharge for all patients. Comments. Record anything of importance about the patients and their stay in their program. For example, the child is an orphan, readmission, breastfeeding established on discharge, etc. Another summary of this information is collected and recorded on what is referred to as a monthly reporting form, and then a T5 form, and subsequently the health information system, allowing us to observe program performance at all levels of the health system.